President Ibrahim Traoré's routine blood test revealed something that should never appear in a human body: foreign compounds of unknown origin. When investigators traced the source, what they uncovered sent shockwaves through the highest levels of Burkina Faso's security apparatus. His personal doctor had been following Israeli assassination protocols for months. But what you're about to hear will make you question every doctor you've ever trusted. That morning, the presidential palace in Ouagadougou felt off. The usual hustle of staff was oddly muted. Even the familiar jasmine scent from the garden was strangely absent. For weeks, Traoré had been waking up with a strange metallic taste in his mouth, and it would take an innocent question from a child to expose the most sophisticated assassination plot Africa had ever seen. 3 days later, during a quiet family dinner in the palace, rain softly tapped against the windows. Papers from his daughter Aminata's chemistry homework were scattered across the mahogany table. "Papa," 12-year-old Aminata said, looking up from her textbook, "why do your vitamin shots smell like the cleaning chemicals we use in lab class?" Traoré's fork froze halfway to his mouth. "What do you mean, sweetheart?" he asked. "Yesterday, when Dr. Kone was preparing your injection, I smelled something sharp and sweet, like the preservatives we use in biology class." His wife, Jamila, laughed. "You're becoming quite the scientist." But Traoré didn't laugh. 2 decades of military service had taught him to pay attention to small details, especially from children. That night, he made a life-saving decision. Instead of discarding the used syringe after his next injection, he preserved the remaining contents in a small vial. What he did next was nothing short of genius. Rather than sending the sample to a local lab, where Dr. Kone might have allies, Traoré personally carried the vial during a diplomatic visit to Morocco. "I need this tested for agricultural contamination," he told the director of a lab in Casablanca. "Run a complete toxicology screen." 72 hours later, the results came in via encrypted channel. "Mr. President," the voice said, "your sample contains synthetic cardiotoxins of military origin, engineered to cause gradual cardiovascular failure over time." The room spun. For over 14 months, the man he trusted with his life had been methodically poisoning him. But instead of confronting Dr. Kone, Traoré began a counter-operation that would become legend. Step 1. He swapped the injections. A trusted military medic secretly replaced the real toxins with harmless saline, while Traoré pretended to continue showing symptoms, feigning fatigue, chest pain, even shortness of breath. Step 2. He opened a quiet investigation. Why was Dr. Kone's Swiss medical degree impossible to verify? Why had 3 African leaders he treated all died of sudden cardiac arrest? The breakthrough came during routine electrical maintenance at the palace. Technicians discovered a high-tech transmission device embedded in Dr. Kone's portable EKG machine. "Sir," whispered Intelligence Chief Seyodoga in an emergency midnight briefing, "this device is sending your biometric data through 7 proxy servers to Tel Aviv. Only someone with elite Mossad training could have installed it. Dr. Kone wasn't just a doctor who became a spy. He was a spy who became a doctor." Now came the master stroke. Over the next month, Traoré fed false medical data through fake symptoms and rigged machines. Intercepted communications revealed a chilling message from Kone's handlers. Target showing expected deterioration. Final phase authorized. Optimal window, February 15th to 28th. Induced cardiac arrest during routine consultation. They planned to kill him in just over 2 weeks, but Traoré was already 3 moves ahead. On February 12th, 3 days before the planned hit, he staged the most elaborate deception in modern African history. Burkina Faso's state TV announced the president had collapsed during a cabinet meeting. ambulances, sirens, camera crews. Everything was staged using military effects teams. Within hours, carefully orchestrated leaks claimed the president was in critical condition following a massive heart attack. Dr. Kone panicked. His communications exploded with activity, reporting a successful mission and requesting emergency extraction. But the trap had been set. As Dr. Kone arrived at the airport for his extraction flight to Israel, he was surrounded by elite security forces. From an unmarked vehicle stepped the dead president. "Dr. Kone," Traoré said calmly, "I believe we need to discuss your medical ethics." Kone turned pale. "This is impossible," he stammered. "No," Traoré replied. "The cardiac symptoms, the lab data, they were engineered to expose you and your network." The evidence Kone carried unraveled a nightmare. Operation Hypocritic Oath, a Mossad-directed mission, had placed 15 medically trained assassins across 12 African nations. Their strategy? Slow poisoning, neurological agents, synthetic strokes, mimicking aging, stress, or dementia. In exchange for immunity and protection, Kone gave up everything. His intel led to simultaneous arrests in Mali, Ghana, Niger, and Chad. Every operative had been just months away from completing their assignment. But the danger wasn't over. "Mr. President," said Chief Sawato, sweat glistening on his forehead, "we've identified active operations in 11 countries. Each target, another president, scheduled for death in the next 6 months." It was a continental ticking time bomb. Against his advisors' pleas, Traoré took the biggest risk of his presidency. One by one, he contacted each African leader through secure channels. "Isolate your physician immediately. Test your blood for synthetic cardiotoxins. Your life depends on it." The results were staggering. Every single leader tested positive. The assassination plot had been coordinated to destabilize the entire continent. And then, another twist. Kone, desperate to stay alive, revealed that the medical equipment itself was weaponized. Hidden in every device was a remote overdose protocol. With a single command from Tel Aviv, 12 African presidents could be assassinated simultaneously. Traoré's blood ran cold. They weren't just facing a network of spies. They were racing to disarm a continent-wide execution system. And so began the most sophisticated counterintelligence operation in African history. Over 2 weeks, dummy medical equipment was installed in 12 countries during real appointments without arousing suspicion. Meanwhile, each president secretly received life-saving antidotes from military medics. Then, at precisely 3 p.m. West Africa time on March 15th, all 12 medical operatives were arrested simultaneously. The global intelligence community was stunned. The captured data revealed the true objective: continental reset, a plan to install Israeli-backed puppet governments in key African nations. In exchange for military protection, these leaders would sign away resource rights: cobalt, lithium, rare earths, everything the modern world depends on. They weren't just planning to kill us, Traoré thundered during a historic African Union address. They were planning to own us. The response was swift and unified. Within 30 days, the African Medical Security Protocol was established. All foreign medical professionals required security clearance via a Pan-African database. Medical imports now needed triple certification from African labs. Most importantly, a continental intelligence sharing network was created, connecting 47 nations in real time. Today, the 15 captured operatives remain imprisoned across Africa. Dr. Kone's intel continues to uncover similar operations in Asia and Latin America. His testimony helped prevent 17 additional assassination attempts worldwide. President Ibrahim Traoré had not only survived, he had exposed and dismantled the most sophisticated medical assassination program in modern history. and the world learned a lesson it would not soon forget. Underestimating African intelligence is the deadliest mistake an enemy can.